Well, welcome to another Memphis Monday. Today we're going to build a Molly Dolly deck. You just saw me experimenting with hoop-de-doos over the sill. But we're not going to build a hoop-de-doo. We're going to build a deck so that we can get things out that side door without lifting it up over the sill. Okay, should be a pretty simple and fast project today. Famous last words. But let's knock off the chatter and get to work. The deck will consist of a frame. The joist will be treated 2x4s and over on 12-inch centers, and then it'll be covered with standard 1-inch deck boards. The first thing we have to do is the 11 2x4s are too wide to make it come out even. This sill is 4 inches from the sidewalk, but with 3 inches, with a 3-inch rise from the 3.5-inch rise from the 2x4 and 1 inch from the deck board, it puts it over 1/2 inch above the sill, and we don't want that. So we have to rip all 11 2x4s to we have to rip them to width. What I'll be doing for I've already done one. This is a strip of wood that I took off of it. What I'm essentially going to do is take a 3/4 inch strip off of each of the 10 remaining 2x4s, and I'll be doing it in 2 passes. I'll go through halfway on the first pass, flip it end for end, and then take the strip off with the second pass. I got all 11 of the 2x4s ripped to size. Let's go over and look at the plan. Built a little scale model. It's a 4:1 scale model of the deck, so I could explain it to you. This frame member right here will be 92 inches long. I'll be shortening that member by 4 inches to give the deck boards a little bit of room to roll over. The rest of the deck, these are full 96, the interior joists. And with the 3.5 at both ends, with the 3 inches added on, that gives us a total of 99 inches from that end to this end. I'll be doubling up these joists down here because this far end down here will be supported by pedestals. The rest of the deck will be supported, for the most part, by the sidewalk. What I'm doing here is ensuring that all my boards for the frame are exactly the right length. Here I'm doubling up that end piece. What you just saw me do was double up these two joists right here that are going to be on the end. So these are doubled up. Now I need to install these two 92 inch frame pieces. So let's go out there and do that now. What I'm doing here is marking where the joists are going to be hung. I worked it out and put it on a piece of paper so I wouldn't mess it up. Well, we're on a roll now. We got all the joists in place, or joists in place. All I got to do is nail them in. Let's get to it. Well, I got the framing done. Most of the deck is supported by the sidewalk, with the exception of this next to last joist here. That's supported by a concrete pad. The doubled up joist at the end is supported by 3 concrete pads. And I've got the thing anchored in place with a couple of steel rods. And it's supported all the way around on the ends. That final 18 inches there, supported by concrete pads. Alrighty, let's put some deck boards on this thing. On a roll. The sun's kind of gone down, so we're makes it a little bit more pleasant. This is on the west side of my garage. Anyway, I'm not leaving any gap, any spacing between these deck boards. These things are pretty wet and they're going to shrink, so I'm not going to fiddle with any spacing. Well, look at there, the Molly Dolly came out to visit us. Sorry, Molly Dolly, it's not more exciting, but maybe it'll be more exciting tomorrow when we finish up. So let's put you inside, Molly Dolly, and get excited for tomorrow. Well, I got the last few boards put on this morning. So I got the platform completed, but we're not through yet because we have to deal with this 4-inch ledge that comes out on the sidewalk. Let's go in the shop and see what we got going. My plan calls for making 2 or 4 2-foot inclines. You can see I've traced the angle here, and then I will deck over it with these strips of 2x4 that we cut out when we were trimming down the joists. Here's a ramp. I got it kind of mocked up. I'm going to build it in the shop because as it narrows, I'm going to have to switch fasteners, and I'm going to have to work from the other side. So let's take it in the shop, and it seems like it fits. So let's take it in the shop and finish putting it together. I've run out of nailing room, but it's no big deal. I'm just going to screw these final boards in from the back side. And luckily I have lots of appropriate screws. These are stainless steel. These are specifically made for decks. I got some hot dip zinc, so I'm good for screws. Here's the underside of the ramp. Probably the last time you'll see it. I think it's going to work. Let's turn it over and do some last minute touch-ups. This will make a smooth transition from the ramp to the sidewalk. The ramp turned out real nice. Let me nail this thing in. Well, here's the Molly Dolly deck. 8x8. Made out of treated deck wood. No gap between the deck boards at this time, but there will be when it dries out. We have a 4x4 ramp with a 1 in 10 slope, supported by 4 braces on the inside, and a smooth transition in the garage. We also have a probably a 2 and 48 slope on that deck. It's maybe a little more slope than I need but I had to support the deck. I had to support the deck on the sidewalk. So I had to go with the slope on the sidewalk. Well, that does it for another Memphis Monday. Molly Dolly is happy. Our new deck is happy. It's quite a nice addition here to the Ponderosa. I hope you enjoyed our adventure putting it together. And thanks for watching. Make sure you comment and all the other stuff you do on the internet. And what else? Make sure you comment. Oh, and get excited for next week's adventure. Thank you.